Welcome back again, guys. If this is your first time here, this is Yugi Smooth, so I'm really excited to have you guys today. Today we're going to be running with Gate Guardians, and when I tell you this deck is dominant, I went 6-0 at one point in ranked, in platinum, and I was running through different decks. So I'm going to showcase a couple duels here. The first duel I have here is going to be a one-turn kill. So I threw out a Max C, stopped him from doing anything. I added a small Kashtira package just to bait people into interaction. Obviously, that's not the strategy. The strategy is to get the biggest boss, Gate Guardian. That's what I call it, the biggest boss, Gate Guardian out. Magician Souls is great because you're able to throw things into the graveyard and draw more cards. And if you have your Kazugen and your Suijin and your Sangan in the graveyard, you can bring out the biggest boss, which is the Gate Guardian. So brought him out easy. I went ahead and threw out another Labrynth Wall Shadow because that is a soft once per turn, so you can, keep using it and get more out. So that's exactly what I did to get each of the pieces out that I wanted. Then I went ahead and brought out the one that negates spell and trap cards, I believe. So then, boom, just attack, one turn kill, knocked him out. So took him out. That was a Kashtira player. Let's get to the next duel. Alright, so now we have the solitary players themselves. So I hope you guys are excited. So again, threw out my Kashtira to draw some bait. No interaction, so cool, no problem. And it's also really good to get out your level 7s if I just ever needed a normal summon one. For the other fusion monsters outside of the ultimate boss, the Gate Guardian, you have to actually have them on the field. But the other ones, for the biggest boss, you don't. You can have it in your hand, the graveyard, anywhere. So I brought out Gate Guardians combined again. At first I thought he was running the same thing when I saw the Prism out, but he wasn't. So I went through his extra deck and I felt like that was the most threatening one, even though he had other ones. But as far as combo pieces, I felt like that was going to do it. So he brings out his Scareclaw. Right now what I'm thinking is, I'm just going to let him play out his field and hope that he doesn't read. Because a lot of times they don't really read the effects all the way through because it's a lot to read, and they just go straight into their combos and what they're used to doing, which is pretty much what he did initially. And you'll see when he recognizes that he's messed up here in a second. So we're going through it. He grabs, does some more solitary things. I wish I would have waited to do the Kashtira Birth, but hey, it's what it is. Brings out Chaos Angel. I look at it, but I don't read it. And this is one of the things I just found out about Gate Guardians actually in this duel was you negate that effect, but then it says comma. And if you do negate the effect, then you destroy the card. So you don't actually get to destroy it if you don't negate it. So since I couldn't negate its effect, I couldn't destroy him, which is fine. You're going to see me take him out with this one card right now, which is insane. So I do that. That's just more of a bait thing again. I know I can't destroy him. It is what it is. Bring out another monster, but this is really the play. So since my life points is lower than his, I take out half of his life points, and then I gain that half onto my monster. And it isn't like once into the end of the turn, it's permanently. Then I just attack for game. Even though I couldn't destroy his monster technically because of the effects, that life point still did a lot of damage. So took him out. Now we go to Labrynth. Labrynth is certainly an annoying deck, but we took care of them candidly as well. So it took a little bit longer than the other two duels because Labrynth is a headache. But I like Labrynth. I'll probably do a couple duels with Labrynth if I get all the pieces in a pack or something like that. So, all right. So he does that. Cool, no problem. And this is honestly, I want to say I kind of got lucky. I was hoping that he destroyed the card that he destroyed, which is the double attack, because I can banish that from the graveyard and still get a, basically has a floating effect, as opposed to a graveyard effect, I'm sorry, as opposed to the other cards that were in my hand that I really couldn't use. If you got out Sangan too, I wouldn't have had a problem with that. Not Sangan, but Sanga. So Labrynth is doing Labrynth things, you know, a lot of stuff on my turn as usual. Another card in my hand at random. I'm hoping that, and see, I only have 2 cards in my hand when turn 2 starts. I want you to see how ridiculous this is. I only have 2 cards in my hand. This, I bring out the missing piece that I didn't have. I use that to bring out another piece. Well, that was the goal, at least. It stops it, or tries to. And then, you know, obviously I have to call by the grave. So then I bring out another piece here. And guys, please comment below, man, if you use this deck, what do you like about it? What pieces should I add to this particular build? I'll try to do another video like this, but I'm able to bring it out. And then obviously I'm able to bring out Gate Guardians combined again with only 2 cards in my hand, just because of it being in my graveyard. I'm still able to be effective. So I'm like, okay, you can't attack with the Labrynth tank on the first turn of summon, which is fine. So he's still going through it, and then he just scoops. He realizes that it's nothing. Alright, so we're getting into Mathmech Cyberse now. So this duel is pretty interesting because he ends up using his Droll and Lockbird on my turn, which is good normally, but I send stuff to the graveyard, or I actually send it directly to the field. So it didn't really affect me too much on the plays I needed to make. He probably should have saved that for his turn since I have a max C. He'll find that out shortly though. So generally what I'll be able to do is send the continuous spell to the graveyard and draw another card, Magician's Soul, but you know, he stopped that, so it's not the end of the world. So he starts off with that. I immediately go into my max C. My thought process is here, I just want to see him clear my board somehow. Let's see what he does. Because if he targets anything on the field, it's going to get destroyed. If he goes into battle phase with any monster that's 1600 or less attack, it automatically gets destroyed. Well, I can destroy one of them, I guess I'll say. And with the effect of pretty much all the Gate Guardian cards, you can, like, well, not all the Gate Guardians, but Kashtira, all of them or whatever, you can make their attack 0. And then there's one fusion card that you can pick 2 or 3 cards, or 2 cards, and make their attack 0. So then the field spell automatically destroyed. So you see that he's, you know, going into his plays, not caring about my max C. I guess he feels like he's just going to kill me turn 1. His goal is to get to the biggest boss to him, I guess, which is the access code talker. Which, hey, access code talker is the OG. So he goes into it. The thing about access code talker is it doesn't target, so it can destroy my card. But my floating effect allows me to bring another one out, which I do. So he gets rid of another card, destroys that. I said no problem. My floating effect brings out another one, and then he just scoops. Because I was gonna make his attack 0 and destroy him, so there's nothing to do. So we go to Labrynth, and Labrynth is always pretty entertaining, to say the least. They play on your turn most of the time, so I have a lot of plays. I'm looking at my hand. I obviously have the Labrynth wall. This surprised me. I didn't expect him to have that card in there, but it is a trap card, so hey. And then I didn't realize the tech play he was doing with it. So essentially what he did was he destroys it, puts it into his floating effect, basically puts it into the pendulum column, and it basically can destroy one card that you add to your hand. So I was like, okay, you know, I haven't seen that play before, so I was like, that's pretty neat. But I just use it to my advantage. I said, okay, I see that that's what it's going to do, so I'm going to use it to my advantage. And you'll see that here shortly. So he's still doing his plays, still going into it. Cool. So I knew he was going to do this, so it destroys this card because it was just added to my hand. But that card, when it's in the graveyard, I can banish it and add another piece to my hand. So I'm like, perfect. That works out. So boom. Get rid of all them. Bring out the biggest boss. Gate Guardian combined. Put another one on the field. Use my Forge Burial. And then it's a soft ones per turn for the field spell, so I throw another one down. And then I get another one out. Banish those two. And then we go into So obviously we let him draw a little bit, but not too much. On this, I wish I would have went into the spell and trap negate. I don't know what I was thinking by going into that one. I think I was trying to add a card to my hand, but hey. This, I like this card a lot, but I'm kind of debating whether or not I use it. That's also non-targeting, so he just, you know, ticks me out. But fortunately for me, I'm going to just bring another one back, which is going to be the spell and negate one, the one I should have brought out in the first place. And at this point, he realizes what's about to happen, and then he scoops. All right, we appreciate those scoops. So now we're going to go to Cyberse. So this is duel 6. And he stops immediately as soon as I put out the max C. So I'm like, okay, I guess he doesn't think I can kill him in one turn. I guess we'll have to show him. So throw out the unicorn as bait. He imperms it. Perfect, no problem at all. Bring out our Labrynth heavy tank. Then we get all of our pieces out. And I mean, as you guys are seeing, pretty much every single duel I'm able to get out the pieces that I want to get out. It's never a turn where I'm like, it's a brick hand. Like every single one, he understands. He gets it. Now, Thunder Dragon, this was actually one of the toughest duels I had, surprisingly. But, you know, hey, it is what it is. So he throws out a max C. He's not going to get too many special summons from me, so. And that's it. Now, why I played in that column, I don't know. I should have played in the far left, but I think because I threw out the prayer, so he targets me, destroy it, because you can't target me or anything on my field with anything, so let's get that out of there. But essentially, the trap card, if anything is normal summon, like to a spot, or special, I mean, if any monster is summoned in that middle column where I have it, I can normal summon mine, or special summon mine, and it'll destroy that card. But it only does it to the column that it's in. So I think that's the reason why I didn't play in the middle like I typically do. But yes, that was the only thing I saw, and I was like, yeah, definitely should have done that a little differently. So he's going into his plays, still waiting to see what the end board is going to look like, because, you know, it takes time for them to get to that end board. But funny enough, after doing so many of these duels, I'm not really afraid of whatever they got going on. Because it's like, Gate Guardians just be dominating, man, for real. Like, it makes you more confident when you're playing in the meta. I typically play with like Lair Darkness, and that's like a 50-50 chance. Like sometimes, not even 50-50, I would probably say like 60. So he gets rid of it that time. Fortunately for me, my floating effect again, I can bring out another one. So he does that. Cool, no problem. So he discards, which gives him the ability to destroy. Cool, no problem. What I should have done is just negated one immediately, but I did. So we'll go into it. I have another floating effect, so I'm going to bring out one of my Senga. So we got Senga out now. Again, he goes to this destroy thing, and he goes for my field spell, which is a misplay for him. But I guess in his mind, he was like, hey, that field spell can destroy me if I go into battle phase, which is true. I don't know if it's necessarily a misplay, but this definitely was. So with all of these, if anyone reads them, the only effect it has is if something attacks it, you make it 0. So that's clear as day, and it's short text, so that's something I think everybody should read. But hey, they didn't. I'll take it. So go back into it again. I just need to get, yep, Spellcaster out, Kazajan. Boom, right back into Gate Guardians combined. I'll take out that one. That's why you need at least 2 in the deck. I need 2 of each of the fusions in my deck too, so I'm probably going to change up the extra deck some. So you guys will see the deck list at the end, but I'm still tweaking it. And then if you guys have any ideas of anything else you think I should add or take out, I mean, definitely comment below, let me know. So he's going into some more plays, but he makes a mistake of targeting a card. So I'll go ahead and destroy him. So initially, I thought he was going to super poly or something like that and get rid of my card, and I was like, oh dang, I'm gonna have to deal with this again, but he didn't. He didn't have that card. Yep. So he goes through it again. Destroys the field spell first. Gets another card, does it again. Then destroys my card because it's not targeting. Man, those words really matter in Master Duel. I mean, in Yu-Gi-Oh! In general. Like, some things don't target, some things say just choose. So, right now he's like, oh, this field's clear. Not exactly. I still have that floating effect. Alright, so you destroy him, but I still have that floating effect. And you didn't read again, so no problem. 2400. And then me, I'm just like waiting, chomping at the bits to attack that Predaplant. I can't wait. So I go straight into battle. He does imperm, I guess, just for, you know, giggles. And then I obliterate him. Bye, Surge. Nice playing. Alright, so Smooth reduces Surge's life points. Kashtira. Alright, so that doesn't really affect me, but hey, I respect it. Because fortunately, our discard isn't discard to the graveyard, it's just discard, which means that we can still use it to get our field spell. So, you know, he negates it. And this is the thing I like about it. Even though they negate certain aspects of play when it comes to our cards and what we're trying to do, it doesn't matter. Like, we're still going into it regardless. So you see that, you see the cards I have, you see the negates that they have with the Ash. I'm still getting out. First turn, Gate Guardians combined. Every time. So he brings out his Fenra. I'm excited. I can't wait. Every time I play the Cash player, I've dominated them with this deck. So I'm really excited. Because I'm like, he has no idea what's about to happen. He's playing his regular dominant ways. He thinks he can just dominate because I only have 3 cards on my field, so he's confident. He doesn't understand what's about to happen to him. So obviously he didn't read, and he didn't read again. Excellent. So let me go ahead and destroy him. You targeted me. Bye. You do not target the biggest boss ever. Gate Guardians combined. So he brings him back out. I don't care. I mean, it is what it is. It doesn't affect me. You can do whatever you like. I'm just gonna get rid of that Kashtira Birth because it's annoying. Let's get rid of that. You're not gonna be banishing any cards in my graveyard. So he, you know, special summons some stuff. And this is where he really helps me. He throws my cards to the graveyard. And he gets rid of my Kashtira because I, you know, or he tries to get rid of my Kashtira, I guess, because I'm about to summon it. Which doesn't really matter for me. Alright, so I get rid of 3 of his cards. Look at this, man. I'm about to get out another one. Look how easy this is. Look how smooth this is. The engine just flows so smoothly. I do that just to bait and see if he's going to do interaction. I know that his effects are going to work. But as soon as I did that, he targets me again. And I destroy him. So, instead of that. They always go for the Baron de Fleur. They go for cards they know. Even though the fusion cards are the ones that's really going to hurt them. I don't ever use those other cards. So, go ahead and destroy everything on his field. I'm going to try to. Alright. go straight into battle, not realizing that I'm still going to destroy him. Everybody's watching. What's the deck that you hate playing the most? Comment below. What's the deck that you literally just are tired of every time it comes up? He forgets that I call by the grave. So, all right, so he's out. He scoops. Purrely. Now this is a good duel. And this is actually before I took the hero plasma out and added more of the Kashtira cards to it. So you're gonna see that. Which the hero plasma is still really good as far as just changing its name and obviously getting a card to the graveyard, but for right now I felt like it was better to have it out. So all the rest of the duels that you saw before this one, I didn't have it in the deck. This is the only duel that I actually have in the deck, but I added this because it was Purrely and it's one of the decks that a lot of people despise. So I was like, I have to add this duel in there. So he's about to go through. He had Kashtira in there as bait as well. He's gonna go through and start doing some Purrely things, which generally I'm really annoyed most of the time when I'm playing them because it's just like it never stops and they constantly keep getting more quick spells and it just recycles it seems like. But this time, man, that was cool. I was like, oh, let's see what they do. Whatever they do, I'm gonna somehow win. So it was pretty fun actually. Alright, so he goes into Plump. He gives me some life points. I appreciate it. He banishes one monster on the field, which is interesting because he should have used that on Gate Guardians, but he used it on Magician. I don't really understand that move, but hey, we'll take it. So he targets me, I destroy him, get him out of there. He uses his card to try to bring a bunch of stuff back again because you know that's what he does. So I'll go ahead and call by the grave the Xyz card. I don't know if that was the best play or not. I may have should have went for something else, but hey, that was the play. So took care of that. And obviously he's getting all those quick plays back in his hand again. And a lot of these aren't once per turn, so it's just annoying. So yep, he's going right back into it again. Yep. And he goes back to trying to target me again. And then he tries to negate my target, so no worries. I got it again. We can do it again. I can do up to 3 times. Thrice. Read. So I take him out. And then he just simply ends his turn. Alright, so we're going to add Unicorn. Then we're just gonna go. We're gonna get rid of that one. Honestly, I picked it because of the UR. Wasn't anything else. So I go into attack. That's pretty much it. He ends his turn, and we just go ahead and finish it. I don't like really wasting time, even though I could have destroyed that back end card first, but nah, let's just go straight in. It didn't do anything last time. I don't fear it this time. All right, here's the deck list, guys. So this is the current deck list that I'm running. Like I said, comment below if you feel like there's other cards I should add to it, or if there's anything you guys see that you think should be taken out. This was kind of like a hit or miss for me. I wasn't sure if I was going to keep her in there or not, but You know, we got Maxi, we got one Ash Blossom, Shadow Ghoul. Like I said, man, just make sure you read. That's the lesson for today. Make sure you read. But I'm gonna let you guys have it, man. I appreciate you tuning in. As always, I'll leave the video going so you can check out the rest of the cards. Please make sure to subscribe, comment below, and share this with somebody else who's a Yu-Gi-Oh fan like us, man. Like, I'm really enjoying Master Duel, and I want to start doing a lot more videos just on different decks. I want to do a Time Thief deck. I just like that character, so I'm working on something with that. I had someone comment below and say they wanted to see like a Dark Magician Chaos type deck, so I'm working on one of those. So just comment below. Let's have fun, man. Let's create a community. Once I get to 1,000 subs, I am going to start going live too, so we can, you know, do it live together, which I think will be a lot of fun. So, all right, y'all hold it down and make sure you subscribe. Peace.